Hey, it's Philip with G6 Technology Services. In this video, we're going to be doing a continuation of my dial-up server series, which there's only one video on that, I think, at this point, but there will be a few more. And in this one, what we're going to be doing is adding some more of these analog modem cards. I've got the one right here, and then we're going to add in a few more. And I didn't realize when I put this together that the numbers actually start on the right and go to the left. So there's 0, 1, 2, and then 0, 1. And I put the one all the way on the left, so that's the highest number, but we're just going to go with it. So I'm going to just skip the first one, and we'll do these next three here. And also, if you hadn't seen the first video, make sure and check that one out. But I have never done anything with Cisco routers before. That's part of the reason I wanted to do this project, is to get some experience with iOS. And it has been very interesting. I think I like it. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to be working a little bit more with that, trying to get this to do some other cool things. I actually have a second one of these on the way, because my goal is I want to leave this one alone as just a dedicated dial-up server, but I like it so much playing with it, I wanted to have a second one that I could mess with. So there's going to be a second one. I already have a slot prepared for it right here. So in the meantime, let's go take a look in the other room, and I will show you our new modem cards. Alright, we're over here in the workshop, and I have three identical, oh sorry, you're not really seeing that, there you go. Three identical cards. These are the WIC 1AM V2, and that's what the one is that's in there, and that's what these are as well. These were, I forget now, like $7 or something a piece on eBay. So we're gonna go ahead, and I already did a what's it called, copy run start, to make sure that my configuration is preserved, because we're gonna have to power this unit off. But just to show you right now what we have, let's see, if I zoom in a little bit, we have our line 33, that's our modem. We have, let me see, this group async 1, 33 to 33, because we only have the one card. And then if we go down to the interface summary, we have async 33. So that's what we have right now. So we'll get these installed and see what numbers we get. I don't know if it's going to just count down. We'll have 32, 31, 30, or how that works really. So we'll find out. But I have my configuration saved. I also made a copy of this in a notepad document, just so I have it all, just in case something goes horribly wrong. But let's go in there, and we're going to shut that router off and get these cards installed. Alright, we're back here. We'll go ahead, and as far as I know, and you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, as far as I've been able to find out, there is no shutdown sequence for this. You just kill it. So hopefully that's correct and I'm not corrupting something. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get in here with my comically long screwdriver. It just really does a good job on some other things. It's the one I always have handy. So I don't know why they chose to use so many screws for some of this stuff, where some nice little clips would have been good. I guess this way you're extra sure nothing's going to just accidentally fall off or out. But having some kind of little clip mechanism, you know, made out of metal of course, so it's not flimsy, doesn't have to be plastic, but some kind of clip mechanism would have been a lot more convenient than having to deal with screws. Kind of like the old VGA cables, those screws are awful, so annoying. Alright, hopefully I unscrewed those enough. Let's see. Alright, got that one. Got this one. Oh. That's not good. This plastic, can you see that? How it's kind of not where it's supposed to be? Oh, there we go. It just popped back into place. Yeah, this thing was manhandled a little bit in shipping. If you go back and watch my first video, if you haven't seen it. Oh yeah, this one's kind of sticking up a little bit too. I think I can just... Oh, you can see right here, there's like a little plastic pin that like went through the motherboard. Let's see if I can know where that's supposed to go. Let me work on that for a minute. I don't want to break something, but if you watch that first video, you'll see this wasn't treated very well in shipping, and it had a lot of damage to the plastic grill, and the case was a little bit open and a little dented, so not surprised something else got jarred loose. So let me see if I can fix that real quick. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I had to press down on that a little bit harder than I wanted to, but it went back in. So I think we're all set. These should work, so we'll grab our first one and just kind of slot that in. And it has a nice little click when it goes in the rest of the way. And I was looking into getting some like higher density modem cards. They have some that have 2 modems in it, and some have, I forget what the interval is, like 4 and then an 8, or an 8 and a 16 or something like that. But those things are just absolutely ridiculously expensive. The 16 port one or whatever it was, like $2,000 or $3,000 or something. I'm not spending that much money. These things are $7, and I'm not going to need that much anyway. Probably would only ever use 4 at a time, so we've got 4 now, and this thing's pretty much at capacity, so that's okay. But if I did need to, I can get rid of this fast Ethernet module because I don't need that, and then there's an extra module up here, and then I'm pretty sure this one is just, it doesn't work. There's no backplane back there for anything to plug into. So anyway, got these all in here. I'm going to go ahead, and we're not going to crank it down too much, but I'm just going to kind of snug it up just a hair. Give it an extra little like quarter turn maybe, to make sure we're all completely tightened down. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and power it on, and then we'll watch the serial console in the other room to see when it's ready. Oh, also, I did want to mention, so I have another ATA coming. This is where the phone lines are coming from. So this first port just plugs into this modem. The second one is going to plug into this modem, and then I'm going to have another one over here. It should be here, I think, later this week or early next week. So I'll have another follow-up video when that's there, but then that'll cover the other 2 modems. And then there will be a third one that's going to be in the other room with the client machine, because right now I just have this black cable right here that runs down, and it couples onto a Cat5 cable and goes in the other room, and then there's another coupler and another phone line, and it's a little jank, but it's getting the job done for now. So we'll go ahead and power it back on, and then we can go ahead, and I'll just come over here, and we can see it is starting back up, initialized. So it does take it a couple of minutes. Oh, let me show you something while we're waiting for that anyway. So how am I able to access the serial console all the way over here in this other room? So also a little bit jank. So what I'm using here, this is a remote desktop session that is connecting to a virtual machine that I use specifically for admin tasks, kind of like my little admin jump box that has access to all the VLANs. And that is running on this Dell server on ESXi. And then I have this USB serial adapter cable plugged into the console port, which this is just RS-232 serial with an RJ45 connector on it, and it's going into this USB cable. It has the like FTDI chip or whatever it is that's in there that's doing the serial to USB conversion, and then I'm just passing through that USB device to my Windows 10 VM, which I am accessing using remote desktop on this computer here in the workshop. And we're still on, oh no, it's doing something else now, decompressing. So that's going to take a few minutes. So what we're going to do, oh, also something I forgot to mention, we're still waiting for that anyway. So all these all these modems here and these ATAs, so there's going to be 4 phone lines. So this is, these ATAs are connecting to my free PBX system. So they all have their own extension number, and they're sequential. So you can dial individually each modem, or what I actually have set up, which I think is going to be pretty cool, is there's a hunt group. So you can dial one extension number, say 1300 I think it is in this case, and then these are going to be 1301, 02, 03, 04. So you just dial the one extension and it'll just go down the list and ring the first available line. So if there's one that's busy, it's already being used, it'll skip that and go to the next one, skip that, go to the next one, etc. So we will be able to utilize all 4 of these. You won't have to keep track of which one you're calling and which one's available. You just have that one extension number that goes to the hunt group that has all 4 of these in the group. So that also makes it really convenient too, because I've had, I don't know if it's the IP conversion, that's not a traditional real phone line, you know, from a telephone provider, but I have had some weird issues where I try to connect. I have this laptop here. Oh, and here's the other end of that cable. It has this coupler, and then there's this phone line. So I usually have that plugged in. Here's the phone jack right there. So I have had some weird issues where I try to connect and it gets like part way through the handshake and then just stops working. There's just a steady tone, and then it pops up, the Windows thing says the remote computer did not respond, and it just stops working. And if you try to hang up and dial again immediately, it says the line's busy because the Cisco router doesn't release the line. I think it takes 40 seconds or something like that for it to release. So I have to either just wait or go in there and unplug the phone line and get it to hang up and plug it back in again. It's kind of annoying. So if I have this hunt group with the 4 modems, if that happens, you just immediately dial again, it'll just try the next modem. So I don't know what that problem is being caused by, if it does have a faulty modem, or if it's these ATAs, it's just something it doesn't like, or this janky cable going all the way in there it doesn't like. There's a lot of things it could be. So anyway, it looks like our router has rebooted. Yeah, press enter to get started. Okay, we are in. Let me try to zoom in a little bit, see if you can see this any better. And let's see what we have here. Okay, so we have, oops, sorry. We have now async 1, 2, 33, and 34. So that's interesting. I wonder what I have to look that up. What can I do in our group where, let me see if I can show you this. Let's see where it is. Our group async, oops, scrolled. Here we go, group async 1 with a range, and it's a sequential range. So our range is not sequential. We have 1, 2, and then 33 and 34. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I'll have to try to figure that out. So let me look into that real quick, and I'll test it, and I'll let you know what I find out. Alright, well, it does not look like there's a way to group everything nicely from what I can tell. If you have a tip for me, let me know in the comments. But I just had to reconfigure all of them with identical settings. And I got these all off of a website. I don't know what everything means. So from top to bottom, modem dial-in, as far as I know, means that this modem will only accept incoming calls. You can't use it to call out, which is what I want. You can also use modem in-out, and it will do both, but I will never be calling out from this, so why not eliminate an issue potentially by just prohibiting that. The rest of it, I don't know what that means. The stop bit, speed and flow control, it came with those by default. I didn't add those, that was just default configuration. So I would like to research some of these options to find out exactly what they do and if they're necessary. So kind of what I plan on doing as well is just kind of trying to take some of these out and just see if it still works without it. I try to keep, typically in you know, everything that I do, I try to keep like a lean configuration. I don't like a bunch of options that don't do anything just being there. There was another option that was in here, auto select PPP, and when I went to enter that in for these new lines, it said that command is useless because if we scroll up, let me find it here. Yeah, so our group async, we have encapsulation PPP and async mode dedicated. So the auto select stuff only takes effect if you have async mode interactive instead of dedicated. So apparently dedicated kind of forces PPP and doesn't let you do a remote terminal, like to get to the configuration. As far as I understand, again, I'm not 100% on all this stuff. And then the group range, I was able to do 1 to 34. So I don't have 34 modems in here, but it let me just put that in here anyway. When I tried to do that for the line configuration, it said no hardware support for line 3, so it wouldn't let me. I tried to do 1 to 34 for that as well, and it wouldn't allow it. So they're all kind of spaced out. It grouped 1 and 2 together. It would not let me group 33 and 34. Maybe if I deleted 33 first and then did them both as a group, it would have worked. I could try that to clean up the configuration a little bit. But anyway, in here, as far as I know, IP unnumbered loopback 0 is suggested so that you don't use up IP addresses for having these async interfaces taking up an IP. You can just share the loopback address, which is up here. Let's see, encapsulation PPP is, again, it's what it says. It's making it use PPP. Async mode dedicated, supposed to enforce PPP and not let you access the configuration terminal through the dial-in, I think. Peer default IP address DHCP pool dial-up. I have a, I don't know where it is in here. Let me scroll. Yeah, it's right here. I have this DHCP pool that is set up so all of our dial-up clients should get an address from that DHCP pool. Compress MPPC. I don't know what MPPC stands for. I'd have to research that, but it enables compression. And we'll see that when we do the testing on here. I usually get around 50 or 60% compression, so that should give you a faster connection. PPP authentication chat is just telling it to use that, I forget what that stands for, client handshake authentication protocol or something. It's an acronym, but it's telling it to authenticate using that. Group range 1 to 34, routing dynamic. I don't remember what routing dynamic does or if that's needed. I think I threw that in there because I was testing and it wasn't working, so I might be able to take that out. But again, no experience with iOS. I don't know what most of this is. I'm learning. Part of what I plan to do is try to, like I said, take out stuff and see if it still works or not. Try to Google all of these things and see what they do. Try to just get a better understanding of everything. So, but in the meantime, this configuration does work. It has no problem, except, like I said, that one issue when you're connecting where sometimes it doesn't like to connect. So anyway, let's go ahead and turn this laptop on, and we're going to try to connect to our dial-up connection. And that's just booting up. Usually doesn't take too long. We'll go ahead and we'll watch it do that for a minute. So I do only have the one ATA in there right now, so unfortunately I can't really test out that hunt group with the multiple modems, or I wouldn't have anywhere to plug the computer into. So I will do a follow-up video and try to get another computer set up that I can use to have two computers trying to dial in at the same time. Actually, what we can do is, just to make sure these new modems work, is I'll just go ahead and switch it out of this one that I've been using, and we'll just stick it over, how about in here? Seems like as good a place as any. Oh, that's not the right side. There we go, it goes in line, not phone, I think that's right. The phone is just a pass-through, so you can just get a telephone and plug it in, and whenever the modem's not running, you can just use the phone line with the telephone. So, alright, so we got that going. Let me go back over here. And then we have our Wi-Fi is not connected, Ethernet's not connected, we're offline. Let's see if we can dial in. And I'm just going to go ahead and change our extension. You know, I wonder if that will... I wonder if that'll actually save... Yes, okay, make phone number change. Permanent, yes. Okay, okay. Connect. I don't know if you can hear, volume's all the way up. Okay, and it worked. And we're showing over here, interface async 2 changed to up, so that's good. Where is it? Show. Oh, I don't remember. There's a command. No, there's a command where you can see all the users. What are some of the things you can see? I'm not recognizing it just yet. Oh, PPP I think is what it is. I'll have to wait for this to stop. Okay. Oh, what does it want? Another argument? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what all the arguments are that it wants. But we can see async 2 has a star next to it. So that's good. Let me look that up real quick. Alright, well I found a few things, nothing like concise, that I kind of wanted all this all in one thing, but anyway, you can see here all these async interfaces all have the same IP address. We have AAA sessions, we have our user 1, that's our dial-up user, and then we have show users, we have user 1 async PPP with the IP address. And then we can go over here, and then I'll show you, well, we'll go back into here first, and I'll just show you the statistics. So let's see, we've got send and receive traffic and compression working, 31.2K. Let's see, details, here's all of our connection parameters if you wanted to see that. And then let's see, we can ping google.com, and that'll show our DNS and internet working, which it is. That's pretty much the average I've been seeing, is upper 300s milliseconds. But we are fully functional on dial-up. It works. It's not great, it's very slow, but nostalgia, right? So I think that's going to do it for this video. Stay tuned, I guess, or subscribe so you can see whenever I release future videos on this. I'm going to get some more ATAs. Like I said, they're already ordered, they're in the mail, they should be here shortly. So I'll get those set up, we can test out the hunt group, get our laptop here on its own ATA in this room so we don't have this cord running into the other room. And we'll have all 4 modems on as part of the hunt group, and I'll grab that other computer and see if we can get a couple of simultaneous. I've got another one of these laptops, but it won't turn on. Or actually, I think it turns on, but it won't boot. It doesn't see the hard drive, so I want to fix that and get it working because I like these computers. Another cool thing about those laptops, not related to the dial-up, but here it is, this power brick that came with it stopped working. It was making a weird noise. And so I looked at it, and it looks like it's just a standard Dell, 19.5 volt DC. Where did I see? 130 watts. So I was like, you know what? Let me see if I have another one of these kicking around somewhere. And I looked in this box because there's another Dell laptop in here that's a little bit newer, which I don't know if this works. I haven't tried it yet. That would be kind of cool. It's got, let's see. Yeah, it's got a modem on it, so that might be cool. I can get one of these to work, potentially. But anyway, I had another power supply in there, so I got that one out, and lo and behold, there's a 130 watt 19.5 volt with the same plug on it. So I was able to do that, and it rescued my project because the battery was starting to die on this. And surprisingly, this battery is actually holding up very well. I had it inadvertently not being powered because I didn't realize the power supply died while it was plugged in. And I'm glad it didn't accidentally send 120 volts into this laptop and blow it up. But that battery lasted a good hour or two or something, and it was still at 50%. So yeah, that's excellent. This thing's from the early 2000s and it's still holding up. That battery's still holding up, so can't ask for better. But I was able to get another one, so I'm gonna have to go and probably order a second one of those because this one doesn't work anymore. I don't really care too much about the power supply being original. It's kind of neat, but I'm more concerned about the computer. I can get a brand new power supply and just use that, and that'll be perfectly fine. So we'll go ahead and disconnect from our dial-up, and then let's go and see how long it takes for this to hang up. Oh, it did it immediately. There would be lights on here. I forgot to show you that, but these lights come on. So anyway, yeah, just subscribe if you are interested in this type of thing, and I will have several more videos on this whole dial-up thing going on, and I'll let you know what ends up happening with my testing, and we'll get the rest of these modems connected, and yeah, it'll be a fun time. So hope you come back later and see that. So in the meantime, hope you enjoyed, hope you liked the video, and thanks for watching.